Guys, we're here for another video, and in this one we are talking about off-season cardio and how that can be beneficial. So I know a lot of you guys think about bulking up, getting big in the off-season, like, oh, we can forget about cardio, we got to save every single calorie, like, more calories we burn, like, we're not going to gain weight, we're not going to gain muscle. It's all nonsense, and it's a very amateur way of thinking, like, to be honest. Cardio has so many more benefits than just losing body fat, losing weight, and helping you be in a calorie deficit. I mean, I know for me, I'm a huge advocate for cardio in the off season. My clients know that. All my guys that are trying to gain muscle or gain weight are trying to gain muscle. I shouldn't say gain weight. I don't have any clients that are just trying to gain weight, trying to gain lean muscle. There's some off season cardio in there. There's cardio in their plan, with a couple of exceptions of guys that are just like the fastest metabolisms ever. But yeah, so many reasons for this. I myself, I do fasted cardio every morning, whether I'm in prep or the off season. So let's talk about, number one, we'll start with. Cardio is very healthy for you. And when you are trying to gain muscle, your body weight's obviously going up, and that can be stressful on your body. The more muscle you have, the more muscle that is that your heart has to pump blood through, right? So it makes your heart have to work harder. Cardio obviously keeps our heart healthy. It keeps our cardiovascular strength high. So this is good. It's going to keep you healthy, but it's going to translate directly into training, guys. Because another thing I found in the off season, especially like myself, when I get really heavy, like 300 plus pounds, obviously, again, that's a lot of weight to carry around. So when you're training like legs, training back, if you don't have good cardio, you can't get the oxygen you need to actually train hard, right? I'm to the point now where I can pretty much, even when I'm really big, train harder than guys that are 100 pounds less than me, just because my cardio is better, because it's something I keep up on. And I'm not trying to brag there at all. I'm just saying, I've found it since I've started doing that and keeping that in my off-season regime. It's been very beneficial, and I've noticed that when training with other people. So it allows you to keep your training intensity very high, and that's important when you're trying to make gains. Obviously, if you're in the off-season and you're trying to grow your legs or trying to get a bigger back, and you can't even make it through those hard sessions because, your cardio is just given out before, you're not going to grow, and you're not going to be able to put all that food that you're eating to good use. So, that's one reason keeping cardio high is very good, because it's going to allow you to train harder, like I said. I would say the next most important thing with doing cardio is how it keeps you insulin sensitive. It keeps your body in a mode where it can assimilate the nutrients that you're eating. Especially in the morning time, I find, because of course in the off season we're eating tons of food, we're eating lots of food before we go to bed. I myself find it very difficult to get up and just start eating right away. I'm just never hungry in the off season, and again, it's from all the food from the night before. So I find for me, I'll get up, I'll go do off season cardio. Fuck you. I'll wake up, I'll go do off season cardio, and then basically that builds up my appetite, it gets the sweat going, and it kind of primes your body for food, right? If you get up, you burn off some muscle glycogen that you might have stored. It's going to make you more insulin sensitive, so that when you go eat your first meal, your body's a lot more likely to uptake those carbohydrates and store them as glycogen instead of store them as body fat. Because think about it, if you get up and you're full of glycogen in your muscle stores from the night before, and then you get up and have a big high carb breakfast, and then your body's trying to store more glycogen, but it's full, where's it going to go? It's going to go to body fat, right? So we get up, we do some fasted cardio, we make sure our body's primed for the meal, it builds up our appetite, and then we can start getting the food in. The other thing I found very beneficial for off-season cardio is also just how it kind of keeps your joints really healthy. It keeps you very mobile, I find. When we get into this mindset of just sitting around and eating and trying not to burn any calories so that we can make all the gains and that shit, we kind of become really stiff, and as you're eating, you're getting bigger, things are growing, there's all this inflammation in the body, of course, from the excessive carbohydrate intake and just the training. So if you're just kind of sitting around all the time, not moving, not getting the blood flowing in between meals and in between workouts, things like that, you can get very stiff. And then, you can go to train, and that's when injuries happen or these nagging pains happen. So another big benefit I found for myself and I've heard from my clients is that once we put the off-season cardio in, they just feel better all around, better energy, their body feels better, and all the other things that I listed to, like their appetite goes up. So yeah, I mean, off-season cardio, guys, it's huge. It's beneficial in many ways. And I know you guys are thinking like, oh, but like, you know, I find it so hard to get the calories in now, but I'm telling you guys, a lot of that is because your appetites just suck because you're probably not doing any cardio, right? Your only form of exercise is, you know, the 4 or 5 days a week you're going to the gym. And honestly, when you're lifting weights, you're not burning a lot of calories, guys. Like, think about it. Like, I know we all train hard, but you're just kind of like lying on a bench or sitting around just like moving weight, right? Through like a range of motion. So you're not going to burn a ton of calories. So it's not going to make your body very hungry. So this is just a tool that you can use to increase your appetite, increase your health. You can eat more, you can train harder. And it doesn't have to be anything crazy. And it also doesn't have to be fasted cardio. I'll kind of just use that as an example of myself. But I mean, if thrown in, you know, 20, 30 minutes post-workout cardio works better for you in your schedule, that's good. I would just aim for a good 4 to 5 cardio sessions a week in the off season, you know, half an hour, you know, maybe up to 40 minutes if you're not doing as many. Maybe if you're doing cardio every day, just do, you know, 30 minutes, say. If you can only do it 4 or 5 times, then maybe bump it up to 40. But I promise you guys, if it's not something you're doing and you're trying to gain muscle and get the body weight up, it's something you should try because, like I said, it's just going to help you eat more, make you feel better, and make you be able to train harder. So yeah, guys, that's it for this video. If you guys want me to cover anything else, any other topics you're interested in, just drop a comment below. I'd be happy to do that. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you on the next one.